The Sultanate celebrates the first day of blessed Eid al-Fitr amid precautionary measures due to the spread of the coronavirus. And Muslims across the world celebrate Eid al-Fitr amid COVID-19 pandemic restrictions. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. The Supreme Committee entrusted to discuss mechanism to deal with the developments resulted from the spread of coronavirus COVID-19 has the honor to extend utmost greetings on the occasion of the blessed Eid al-Fitr to His Majesty Sultan Haytham bin Tariq, the Omani people, Arab and Islamic nations, praying to Almighty Allah to return this happy occasion on all with omens and blessings to bestow on all humanity security, stability, safety and health, and end the corona pandemic and all plagues. The Supreme Committee expressed its great thanks and appreciation for the valued efforts being exerted by health cadres to combat this pandemic. These efforts will be crowned with success with cooperation from all members of the society in reducing the health and social impacts of the pandemic, which will reflect positively on all sectors of life. The Supreme Committee also extends thanks and appreciation to all bodies concerned with the follow-up, the implementation of its decisions and monitor violators. Top of these bodies are Royal Oman Police and Public Prosecution for their great roles in this regard. The Supreme Committee followed up within the context of its continuous convening the developments of this pandemic and preventive measures to avoid its spread. It also studied the epidemiological situation in the Sultanate and the world in general and expressed its delight for the gradual decrease shown in statistics in last few days regarding the number of affected cases and those admitted to hospital wards and intensive care units in various governorates of the Sultanate. This decrease could not have been achieved without valued cooperation and adherence taken by decisions and approved measures from all members of the society. To preserve these positive advancements, the Supreme Committee decided, starting from Saturday the 15th of May 2021 till further notice, the following decisions: ending the ban on movement of individuals and vehicles, ban on receiving customers by commercial activities inside shops in all governorates of the Sultanate between 8 p.m. till 4 a.m. Delivery and handling services are allowed. The foodstuff sales shops are excluded from this ban. The committee affirms in this regard the continuation of the decisions on limiting entry to malls and commercial shops, restaurants and coffee shops. Only 50% capacity during the period permitted to receive customers. Resuming the decisions on reducing the number of employees required to attend to workplaces at states' administrative apparatus units and other legal personalities to 50% of the total number of employees, provided that employees who do not attend to workplaces shall undertake their works online basis. The Supreme Committee urges all bodies to continue taking precautionary and preventive measures required to stop the spread of the disease and urges companies of the private sector to implement plans for the continuation of works via online work basis and reduce the number of employees required to attend workplaces. The people of the Sultanate today celebrated the first day of blessed Eid al-Fitr at their homes and work amid precautionary measures due to spread of the coronavirus. I've been able actually to go around and met with some of them exercising the social distancing at the same time. People across the Sultanate celebrated the first day of blessed Eid al-Fitr amid precautionary measures due to the spread of coronavirus. The citizens and residents are adhering to the decisions issued by the COVID-19 Supreme Committee on banning gatherings and all types of social activities. They have exchanged Eid greetings through social media means as the families celebrated this blessed occasion inside their own homes.
Happy to you all. Stick to precautionary measures to stay safe and healthy.
Eid Mubarak, everybody, from myself, Adam, and all of us here at Oman FM. Eid greetings to one and all. Remember that we need to avoid gatherings. We need to keep everybody safe this Eid until this dreadful pandemic is over. However, the things we can do, we can maintain the social distance still. We can frequently wash our hands still. We can always wear a mask. Remember, it only works when you wear it.
I'm celebrating Eid at home. Good to be home. I can see all my friends through video. They're happy and I'm happy. Eid Mubarak to you all.
Eid Mubarak, stay safe and healthy.
It's Eid Day. Oman is celebrating together with Muslim world. We follow the precautions and we finish Ramadan, alhamdulillah. Now it's celebrating days. We have to be more careful. Danger still is there. We have to follow the guidelines. We have to protect ourselves to stay at home and follow the guidelines more carefully to prevent ourselves and our family from coronavirus.
Eid Mubarak, stay safe at home with the family.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, Eid Mubarak. I'm celebrating Eid today at home. I'm getting in touch with my family and friends over video calls and using greeting cards over social media. Stay home everyone, stay safe. Happy Eid.
Let us all enjoy this Eid by following all the precautionary measures to stay safe and healthy. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubai, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat. Once again, happy Eid to everyone there, and let's stick to the precautionary measures. Many Muslims across the world celebrated Eid in a subdued mood for a second year on Thursday, with pandemic restrictions in other countries forcing mosques to close and families to be separated. In some Arab and Islamic countries, it was allowed to perform Eid al-Fitr prayers in mosques and open places amid adhering to safety standards such as physical distancing and wearing face masks to keep everyone safe. In the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, the worshippers performed Eid al-Fitr prayers with limited numbers in Mecca mosques while taking health precautions. In Jerusalem, thousands of Palestinians performed Eid prayers amid the ongoing tension in the country. In the Turkey, Muslims also performed Eid prayers in Hagia Sophia Mosque in Istanbul while strictly following the precautionary measures. Most of the world countries took necessary procedures to ensure the safety of all amid the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. You are with the Sultanate of Oman Television, and yet to come in our news bulletin. A diamond and pearl tiara belonged to Italy's royal family sold for $1.66 million at auction in Switzerland. Once again, welcome to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Israel prepared ground troops along the Gaza border today, and Hamas launched rocket barrages at Israel as international calls mounted for an end to the region's fiercest hostilities in years. One rocket fired from the Palestinian enclave crashed into a building near Israel's commercial capital of Tel Aviv, injuring 5 Israelis. Sirens blared in cities across southern Israel, sending thousands running for shelters. In renewed airstrikes today, Israel destroyed a 6-story residential building in the heart of the Gaza city. 1 man was killed by an Israeli missiles fired east of Khan Yunis in southern Gaza. A wave of violence between Jewish Israelis and the country's Arab minority also spread in several Israeli cities, with attacks on synagogues and Arab Jewish fighting in the streets. Medics say that at least 72 people have been killed in Gaza since violence escalated on Monday, further straining hospitals already under heavy pressure during the COVID-19 pandemic. 7 people have been killed in Israel. And now to United Kingdom. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson said today he was anxious about a rise in the UK of the coronavirus variant first identified in India after a closely monitored study of infections in England found that variant is becoming more prevalent just ahead of the next big easing of lockdown restrictions.
You're right to raise the Indian variant, or B1617.2 as we must call it. It is a variant of concern. We are anxious about it. It has been spreading. Now, at the moment, there's a very wide range of scientific opinion about what could happen, but we want to make sure that we take all the prudential or the cautious steps now that we could take. So there are meetings going on today to consider exactly what we need to do. There's a range of things that we could do. We're ruling nothing out, of course. But there are a range of things that we could do. We want to make sure that we grip it. Obviously, there's surge testing, surge tracing, making sure that whenever you have a case, that you check everybody who's been in contact with that person. But if we have to do other things, to get to your point, if we do have to do other things, then of course I think that the public would want us at this stage to rule nothing out. And we've always been very clear that we'll be led by the data. As I say, at the moment I can see nothing that dissuades me from thinking we'll be able to go ahead on Monday and indeed on June the 21st. You'll be hearing a lot more before the end of the month, before the end of May, about what the world will exactly look like from June the 21st, and we'll be setting out as much as we can. I think we have to wait a little bit longer to see how the data is looking. But as I've said before, I am cautiously optimistic about that, and provided this Indian variant B1617.2 doesn't take off in the way that some people fear, I think certainly things could get back much closer to normality.
Crowds of people crammed into ferries in Bangladesh today, ignoring social distancing rules as people rushed home to celebrate Eid al-Fitr with their families. Despite a nationwide lockdown and road checkpoint, tens of thousands of people left the capital Dhaka to join their families back in their villages for Eid celebrations. At a ferry port in Munshiganj, people were seen trying to board an already overcrowded ferry despite the fact doors had closed and police were issuing warnings the boat was at full capacity. Experts fear a surge in cases in a country grappling with a shortage of vaccines. Crowds were also seen at marketplaces in Dhaka, with people rushing to buy items for Eid celebrations. Now, in Switzerland, a diamond and pearl tiara passed down through generations of Italy's royal family sold for $1.66 million at an auction in Switzerland on Tuesday. Auctioneers at Sotheby's said following the sale in Geneva, the price was one of the highest achieved for a tiara in recent years. Dating from the second half of the 19th century, the tiara was a wedding gift to Maria Vittoria dal Puzzo upon her marriage in 1867 to Amadeo I of Savoy, later King of Spain. The tiara features graduate scroll motifs set with diamonds and natural pearls and had an estimated of $1 million US to $1.5 million. Also sold was the largest cashmere sapphire to ever appear at auction, a 55.19 carat stone, which fetched $3.87 million US. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and to end this news bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Supreme COVID-19 Committee extends its thanks and appreciation to all bodies concerned with following up the implementation of its decisions and ends the ban on movement of individuals and vehicles starting from Saturday. Sultanate celebrates the first day of blessed Eid al-Fitr amid precautionary measures due to a spread of coronavirus. And Muslims across the world celebrate Eid al-Fitr amid COVID-19 pandemic restrictions. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman televisions. Let's not forget that precautionary measures, social distancing are very important practice. So let's continue with that to stay safe from coronavirus. Good night.